Welcome back to Press Review. Let me start today by taking a look at the front pages in the Middle East. From the UAE, the Khalij Times leads reporting that a Pakistan court indicted former military ruler General Pervez Musharraf on 5 counts, including sacking and detaining of over 6 judges of superior courts in November 2007. The paper also reports that Sheikh Mohammed has highlighted that the UAE's foreign policy is based on peace, development, and openness to friendship with everyone. Israel's Jerusalem Post leads front page reporting that the legal team of former Prime Minister Ehud Olmert is expected to appeal the convictions, referring to alleged defects in the decision. The paper also reports that US Secretary of State John Kerry met with Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu in Jerusalem yesterday evening, amid reports that the US may release Israeli spy Jonathan Pollard by mid-April as part of a wider package designed to resuscitate the negotiations. From Saudi Arabia, the Arab News leads today's papers reporting that the Council of Ministers said that Saudi Arabia is working actively to counter nuclear terrorism in the region and the world with its involvement in various multilateral activities. The paper also reports that the Australian Prime Minister Tony Abbott has said that the hunt for Malaysia Airlines flight MH370 has no time limit despite the failure of an international operation to find any sign of the plane. Turkish Hürriyet Daily leads reporting that Turkish Prime Minister Recep Tayyip Erdogan pledged to take revenge on his opponents, whom he labeled terrorists and an alliance of evil, has signaled that the current political tension that has gripped the country month will continue. It also reports that Prime Minister Dmitry Medvedev flaunted Russia's grip on Crimea yesterday by flying to the region and announcing plans to turn it into a special economic zone. The Egypt Independent is reporting that a 31-year-old farmer is facing charges of humiliating the military after he named his donkey Sisi. Omar Abdul Magid was arrested only with his donkey after 6 months in custody, has been issued with a verdict. The paper says the court decision serves as a reminder of the intensified crackdown on government dissenters. It also reports that the Agriculture Ministry has disclosed details of involvement of an import and export company in the biggest smuggling operation of palm leaves to Jordan before being smuggled into Israel. Lebanon's Daily Star is reporting that US Secretary of State John Kerry met Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu for the second time in less than 12 hours in an effort to salvage stalled peace talks with the Palestinians. It also reports that the US ambassador to India has resigned following a row over the arrest of a junior Indian diplomat in New York that pushed relations between the world's biggest democracies to the lowest ebb in more than a decade. And now let me look at the top Middle East headlines in UK papers. The Guardian leads Middle East section reporting that David Cameron has ordered Whitehall officials to launch an investigation into the Muslim Brotherhood, drawing in on assessments by the MI5 and MI6. A Downing Street source confirmed that the review would examine allegations that the Muslim Brotherhood was behind the murder of 3 tourists on a bus in Egypt in February and that it planned extremist activities in Britain. The Financial Times leads its Middle East section reporting that the US is discussing with Israel the possibility of releasing the convicted spy Jonathan Pollard as it attempts to keep alive troubled Middle East peace negotiations. The sorts of concessions that the US might hope to gain in return for the release of Pollard include the release by Israel of more Palestinian prisoners than it has already agreed to free, a freeze on some construction on settlements, and an accord to continue with the talks. And now let's take a look at the top Middle East news in international papers. Germany's Deutsche Welle leads its Middle East section reporting that politics are dividing Nazareth Muslim and Christians. The paper says that though Nazareth is known for its Christian community, Israel's biggest Arab city is home to a Muslim majority, and tensions between the two religions have been on the rise since the mayoral election turned ugly. China's Global Times East MidEast section reporting that Iran's supreme leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei has pardoned or commuted prison terms of 920 convicts. The pardon was granted at the request of Iran's judiciary chief Ayatollah Sadiq Amoli Larijani, on the occasion of the Islamic Republic Day, which is being celebrated today. And finally, the Los Angeles Times' MidEast section reporting that Secretary of State John Kerry arrived in Jerusalem yesterday evening to begin talks with Israeli and Palestinian leaders in a bid to keep the troubled peace negotiations on track. The immediate obstacle Kerry seeks to overcome is a deadlock over Israel's delay in freeing about 24 Palestinian prisoners. For more updates, please visit Levant.tv. Thanks for watching and bye for now.